Hey, what's up everybody? In this video we're going to go over Mickey Mantle cards. We're going to analyze his 1952 to 1969 Topps cards for the price, population, and return on investment over the last 5 years. So let's start off right at 1969 and work our way forward. So first the 69 Topps, card number 500 with his last name in yellow. We'll start off the PSA 10. The last one sold was for $108,000. There's only a population of 2. So this last sale was in 2018. The PSA 9 sold for over $24,000 recently, which with a population of only 64, that almost tripled. It went more than triple in value from the last 5 years, and with a 211% return on investment. The PSA 8 sold for $32.50 recently, and the 7 sold for $1,026. Both of them more than doubled their value over the last 5 years. And but they had a little higher population of 500 and close to 1,000. 1968 Topps Mantle, it's the card number 280. The PSA 10 sold for $44,400, but that was in 2019. There's only a population of 10 of those. PSA 9 sold for $10,808 recently. Last sale 5 years ago was for $3,255, so that went up 232% return on investment. It's over triple its value. There's only 180 in population. The PSA 8 has about almost 1,200 in population. It sold for $1,800, and the 7 sold for $1,170 recently. But the PSA 7 actually went up 255% over the last 5 years. There was only $330 back 5 years ago you could have got it for. And there's 1,700 of those in population. Next, 1967 Mantle, card number 150. There's a population of 2 PSA 10s, and the most recent one was 68,000, but that was sold 10 years ago, 2013. PSA 9 sold most recently for just over $13,000. It doubled in price over the last 5 years. It was 6,200 5 years ago. The population of only 79. However, the 7 and 8 actually went up more in value. The 8 went up 184%. To $2,441 recently, and there's a population of about 860. And the 7 went up the most, 220%. That's over triple its value from $318 to $1,026 over the last 5 years. 1966 Mantle, this card number 50. The PSA 9 that's sold for just over $23,000 recently. It was $7,800 5 years ago, so that's about triple in value. The population of only 76. The PSA 8 sold for $4,500. That one also tripled in value from $1,400. The PSA 7 and the PSA 6 both sold also for $1,250 and $602. They both more than doubled, almost tripled in price. The PSA 7 has a population of 1,100, and the 6, though, has almost 2,000 population, and it's still tripled in price. 1965 Mantle, card number 350. PSA 9, that sold for $24,000 recently. It was $15,000 5 years ago, so this is one of the few Mantles I found that didn't double in price. There's only a population of 57. The PSA 8, that did more than double in price. It went from $2,100 to $4,600 with a population of about 450. The PSA 7, that went up about 150% from $1,000 to $2,700, population of 680. And the PSA 6, that also went up about double in price to $1,140, and that is a population of 900. 1964 Mantle, card number 50. The PSA 9 that sold for $42,000. That was $11,700 5 years ago, so that's a really good increase. There's only 43 in population. PSA 8 sold for $4,200. It was $1,300 5 years ago, so that's 217% return on investment. Population of 500. The PSA 7 sold for $1,250. That's almost triple in value with a population of 1,023. And the PSA 6 sold for about $600, which also is almost triple in value, but 1,600 population. All right, 1963 Topps Mantle, card number 200. The PSA 9 sold for over $50,000 recently. With the last sale 5 years ago was 18,000. So that went up 180% return on investment, which is almost triple in value. Population of 40. The PSA 8 sold for $6,300. The 7 sold for $1,800, and the 6 sold for $900. They all went up about 150% return on investment. And population starts at about 400 for the 8, all the way up to 1,200 for the 6. 1962 Mantle, card number 200. This PSA 9 sold for $314,000, but it was sold 2 years ago in 2021. And that sale from 2018, 5 years ago, was $31,000. So that's almost 10 times value. There's only 16 in population, though. The PSA 8 sold for $10,000, which is up double in price from 5 years ago. There's population of 175. The PSA 7 sold for $2,700, also double in value. And the PSA 6, that's more than triple in value, about 3.5 times in value, from $400 to $1,500, with a population of 1,000. 61 Topps Mantle, card number 300. The PSA 9 sold for $28,800, which was $10,000 5 years ago. Population of 71. The 8 sold for $4,900. The 7 sold for $2,000, and the 6 sold for $660. They all between doubled and tripled in value. The PSA 8 only has a population of 500. All right, 1960 Mantle, card 350. The PSA 9 that sold for $64,000. This was last year, and its sale 5 years ago was $14,500. So that's a 341% return on investment. It's just pretty good. Population of only 29. The 8 sold for $9,300, which is about double in value. Population of 300. The 7 sold for $2,750. Population of 900, and the 6 sold for $1,225. That's about 1,600 in population. Let's get into the 50s here. 1959 Mantle, card number 10. The PSA 9 sold for $98,000. Last sold in 2022. This was a 500% return on investment. The price pretty much went 6 times its value in 5 years. Population of only 25. The PSA 8 sold for $7,500, which doubled in value. And the 6 and the 7 actually did more than triple in value. The 6 went up to $1,500, and the 7 went up to $3,200. Both of them are around between 800 and 1,300 in population. 1958 Topps Mantle, card 150. $92,000 for this PSA 9 sale, which was last sold 2022. That's a 400% return on investment. There's only 28 in population. The PSA 10 sold for almost $11,000. It was only $4,000 5 years ago. It had a population of 200. The 7 went up to $3,300, and the 6 went up to $1,200. Both of them roughly doubled in value. Let's get to 1957. This is probably my favorite Mickey Mantle, card number 95. PSA 9 that sold for $180,000 back in 2021. That went up about 6 times in value. There's only 22 in population. The PSA 8 sold really well too for almost $12,000, which 5 years ago was only $4,500. The 7 pretty much doubled in value to $3,700, and the PSA 6 there's 1,100 in population. You could have got it 5 years ago for $700, and now it's sold for $2,200 most recently. 1956 Mantle with the gray back. PSA 9 sold for $148,000 last year, which was only $33,000 5 years ago. The 8 sold for $16,600, which is about double in value in 5 years. There's 360 in population. The 7, 6, and 5 also all went up between double and triple in value, with the 5 actually going up the most, from $800 to $2,550. And there's 1,343 in population. 1953 Topps Mickey Mantle. The PSA 8 that sold for $93,000. It tripled in value from 5 years ago, as it was $31,200 back then, with a population of 95. The PSA 7 also tripled in value from $9,000 to $30,000, with a population of 175. The 6 went up from 5,000 to about 10,000, and the 4 and the 5 also went up a lot. Which with the 4 actually going up the most, from $2,000 to $8,000, with population of 649, and then went up 4 times its value in the last 5 years. Now we're getting on to the final one, the 1952 Topps Mickey Mantle, card 311, his rookie. The PSA 8 sold for $1.5 million. That went up 5 times in value over the last 5 years. It's population of only 35. The 7 and the 6 both went for over $300,000, and they also went up between double and triple in value. They're both hovering around 100 in population. The 5 went up for 100, went about double to 134,000. The PSA 4 went for 92,000. That was only 24,000 5 years ago, so that went up 3 times in value. Actually, almost 4 times in value. There's a population of 200. The 1, 2, and 3 also only have populations around 200. There's not a lot of these cards floating around out there, but they all went up between double, triple, quadruple in value. The 3 went for $85,000. The 2 went for $32,000, and even the PSA 1, $23,000. So that finishes off our Mickey Mantle analysis. We went through all the Topps cards, all his main cards, from 1952 to 1969. Pretty much every card that we saw at least doubled in value, all the way up to some of them between 5 and 10x value. So that's it for the video. Hope you liked it. Check out other videos. There should be some right up here and on the screen, or and subscribe to the channel. So that's it. Have a great day. Thanks.